Bring the meeting to order. Mike. I don't have a camera, unfortunately, so you just get to hear my voice. Okay. This is the Historic District Commission, Town of Fairfield. The date is July 11th, 2024. Notice of this hearing was published in the Friday, June 28th edition of the Fairfield Citizen. I'll take attendance, starting with Darren Raymond Locke. Commissioner.
Here, present.
Thank you. Rosina Negron, Commissioner.
Here.
Thank you. Art Gravanis, Commissioner.
I'm here.
Thank you, Art. Jim Bohan, Alternate Commissioner.
Here, Adam. Thank you.
Thanks, Jim. Maureen Garrick, Alternate Commissioner.
Also present.
Thank you. And absent tonight is James Mondo and George Clark. I think I don't see them in the audience. Okay, moving on. I'm going to change the rotation for the agenda items. We're going to do the Montanis first at his request. I guess he has a time problem. So just so we also know, the alternate voting sequence is Bohan Garrick. So Jim, you'll be voting on the first. Yeah. Jim, you're voting on the first, and then we're alternating from there, Morris second, etc. Okay, so first item on the agenda, David and Tina Montani, 920 Old Post Road in Fairfield, for property located at 920 Old Post Road in Fairfield for A, change in porch roof line on the rear steps, and B, confirmation of front walkway approval. I believe Rosina Negron will be recusing herself on this agenda item, so both alternates will be voting on this one.
I'll recuse myself, but at the same time, it's been built, so it looks better than what it was previously proposed, so I'm okay.
Okay, thank you, Rosina. Is there someone here to present for Montanis?
Oh yeah, hey guys, everybody, it's Brian St. Pierre speaking on behalf of David and Tina Montani. Thank you for letting me jump the line here. I gotta book out the door. I'm gonna share the screen with you. Can everybody see my screen?
Yep.
Okay. So we're proposing a slight change on the back rear porch overhang. After, basically 95% of the house is completed, as everybody knows. And as we got to this back porch, realized that, the space was a little bit tighter than we originally thought it was going to be. So we decided to downscale the size of it and also change the columns out and replace them with a bracket. And part of the reason is obviously, coming down the driveway, having that extra clearance without the column and adding the brackets is something that just makes sense and also looks a heck of a lot better back there with the sizing and the massing on the back side. So just getting into it real quick, looking at the left side of my screen here, this is the back porch that was previously approved in previous meetings. We are essentially just removing the left portion of it, which is the hip roof that would return back to the home, and just squaring it off with the basically the door bump out that we have there. Same shed roof as it was before. Again, essentially is just removing that left portion, that left hip portion, and changing the columns to brackets. So that's rear view. The side driveway view goes from here on my left-hand side. Again, that shed roof with the column essentially stays the same. We shrunk it down about 6 to 8 inches to make it 3 feet, and added the bracket instead of the column coming down onto that back porch. That's essentially it for the back there. The second item I added to the agenda just as confirmation. Obviously, we've been through this process a lot, and just wanted to make sure that we were okay to go here. It's in regards to the front walkway, which is, if you're looking at the survey, this front walkway here that leads from the front door to the street line. As I mentioned, we were previously approved. This is all conforming. I just wanted to reassure that the bluestone walkway is something that is approved, and that we can move forward with the installation of that. Again, this was approved way back on the first agenda that we were on, and I just want to be 100% sure before things are put into place here on the outside, especially on the front of the home. And that's it. I'm happy to open up the questioning to anybody who has questions.
Thanks, Brian. Darren, do you have any questions?
No questions for me, thank you.
Thank you. Rosina? Oh, sorry, not Rosina. Art, questions?
None, Adam.
Thank you. Jim, questions?
No questions. Thank you.
And more questions?
No questions.
I do not have any questions either. I did not receive any letters in favor of this application, and I did not receive any letters opposing this application, so the hearing's closed. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, and thank you again for letting me jump on, to the front of the line here. Have a great day.
No problem. Next item on the agenda is Susie Jones, 240 Harbor Road in Southport, for property located at 240 Harbor Road in Southport, for A, install 42-inch tall stained white cedar fence on north and east property line, and B, install 42 high, 6-foot wide double cedar gates, stained white. So someone here representing Susie Jones.
Hi, Adam. Kelly McGovern here, and Susie's also on the line.
Okay.
Can I share my screen now? See if this works this time?
Yes. Yes, please.
Okay. Share. All right. I want to share this first and this. Okay, so can I share two things at once? No, I don't think I can. Entire screen. No. No, I didn't want that. Bear with me. It's there. Can you see that now?
Yes.
Okay. So this is the map of the Joneses property, and you can see my cursor, I take it too.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
So there currently is a fence that we believe it belongs to the neighbor up here at the top on the north side, the northwest side. And we would like to put in a 42-inch high white 2-inch picket cedar fence that we've modeled after the neighbors exactly adjacent to the property. And it would start here at the end of the existing fence, and it would go across the top, down here, across the side, come down a little bit, and then we would have a gate right here that would connect to this stone structure that holds the stairs. And we went out and measured various fences in the neighborhood, and let me see if I can share. I'm going to stop sharing that. And I'm going to go back to share this. share that. So these are fences at 241 just across the street. This is what the inside would look like. We would build it the same way. And this is what it would look like. This is a 7-inch corner post with a kickboard on the bottom. The 42 inches goes to the top of the pickets, and the top of the Westport cap is 7 inches above the picket. And that's what we would have on all the perimeter. Nothing would change. And the hardware for the gate would be the traditional black Snug Cottage Farms hardware. Stop sharing. And does anybody have any questions?
Okay, thank you. Rosina, questions? Sorry?
Does Rosina have questions? I can't hear.
Oh, I thought you were going to continue to speak. Sorry.
Jason.
Well,
I have no questions.
you know,
Thank you.
I do have a page with my to scale drawings. Maybe I should pop that back up. See if it's on this page. No, it's not on this page. You all have it in your packets that I sent. Is that right?
Yeah,
Here, I can put
I
it
think so.
now. Here, I have it now. Let me go here, share here. This one, share. There we go. So this would be the side facing into the property, and you wouldn't see, the little interior post. This would be the side facing out. And it's chamfered. The interior posts have the finished height of 36 inches. So this little top would be chamfered, but this is the traditional cap. And this would be the gate detail. This is what the public would see on the outside. We would have just the traditional black hardware there, and these little 45-degree angle support boards just for rigidity. And that's it, unless Susie has anything to add.
Nope, I don't. Thank you.
I still don't have any questions. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, Rosina. Art, do you have any questions?
Not for me, thanks.
Okay. Jim, questions?
No questions.
Thank you. And more questions?
No, thank you for the explanation, but no questions.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you very much
And
for your time.
Darren,
No questions for me either. Thank you.
thanks, Darren. And I do not have any questions either. I did not receive any letters in favor of this application, and I did not receive any letters opposing this application, so the hearing is closed. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, next item on the agenda is Tracy Brittis, 212 Center Street in Southport for property located at 212 Center Street in Southport for A, new front window change from 3 to 2 windows, B, moving fireplace vent, and C, change door to window.
Yeah. Hi. I'm gonna
Hello.
try to share. I know I've done it before,
Okay,
but each time feels like
please,
the first time I've ever done it. So I'm gonna just go with it.
okay, can you please just identify yourself for the record?
I'm sorry? Oh, this
Can
is
you just
Tracy,
identify yourself for the record, please?
Tracy Brennis.
Thank you.
I have to say my speech is hard to understand, so I'll answer any questions that you have, but let me see if I can get up the documents. Yeah, do not know why. Can you see that?
Yes, they're rotated vertical though.
Oh, here, let me
quickly.
fix that. If I can. Oh. I
Yeah.
don't know. Does anybody have an idea about rotating that?
I don't know how to do it in the Apple computer. You
Oh,
might, I know there's a
I'm
way
so
though.
sorry. There's always something.
Maybe up
Handles?
on the top where it says preview, like up view or one
Yeah.
of those pull down menus.
Focus view. Um, oh, no. I am so sorry about that. I don't know how to do that.
You might be
But-
able to pull it. You might be able to pull it from the website that shows actually the correct way
oh,
from the town website.
Yes.
If you pull that
right,
one.
right. Thank you. That's probably it. I don't know how, that was from printing, I guess. I hate to make everybody wait while I try to figure this out. But,
I can share my screen if you like.
oh, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's pretty.
Okay.
Thank you. Yes. What's that? So for yeah, I'm on. Okay. Can you see that? Is that there we are. Okay, thank you. That top row is on the left-hand side is 3 windows facing the road, and we just went from 3 to 2. Just because we couldn't get any kitchen cabinet space in, and we originally had 1, then we went to 3, and now we're going to 2, and I'm hoping this is the last change. Then that second row is better shown on the next. I'm going to move to the next screen. It's hard to see anything on that one. But on the second view where it says fireplace vent, side view, that vent that's coming up from the roof was behind that piece. But because of the beam that was required by engineering, there was no way to get the vent for the fireplace back there. So we had to move it. That's the side view. And from the front view is on the next sheet is there. Oh no, that's the back. So you see that little thing poking up. That's it from the back. And I don't know why it's so slow in having me move it to the next page, but I have a photo of it up close. So you know what you, oh, here
I don't
it is.
think I don't think you can move it because I'm sharing the screen.
Oh, you're doing it. Well, that is the close-up of the fireplace vent that we moved from the back to that side area that you can see from the front. There is a scaled drawing where you are looking from the front in one of those, I think it's the one above there. That is the window change. So the last thing, the third thing is that door on the left, all the way to the left ground floor, is changed to a window. So same style, almost looks exactly the same, just went from a door to a window because it turned out I had a lot of doors and it wasn't really needed. So those are the three things. I don't know if you have questions. I'm not sure if you saw the
Okay.
front view of the house with the vent. Oh, that's it right there.
I think so.
Yeah, on the top, right? So that's both the new window there and the new vent there from the street view. Okay, I spit it all out.
Okay. Thank you. Art, do you have any questions?
None, Adam.
Okay. Jim, do you have any questions?
Just want to confirm, will the fireplace vent be visible from Center Street?
Yeah, that is
Okay.
the Center Street view right there. You see that top one?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, that's it where my cursor is. That little, it's pretty small, but it has to be moved because of a big beam holding up the house.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Maura, do you have any questions?
No, I don't.
Thank you. And Darren,
No questions for me.
thank you. And Rosina,
No questions for me. Thank you.
thank you, Rosina. And I do not have any questions either. Did not receive any letters in favor of this application and did not receive any letters opposing this application. So the hearing's closed. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Next item on the agenda is Barbara and John Territson, 89 Westway Road in Southport, Connecticut, for property located at 89 Westway Road to install 106-inch by 28-inch granite stone.
Thank you, Chair Claver. We don't know how to screen share. So I'm hoping the images are in our
Okay.
application. Perhaps you can help us by screen sharing our application.
Yes.
Thank you. Our house is located at the corner of Westway Road and Willow Street. That intersection serves as basically the gateway to Willow Street. Cars and trucks going down Willow Street turn from Westway Road onto Willow Street to get down the street. And cars and trucks that exit Willow Street by making a right-hand turn onto Westway Road routinely drive over, if you can hold that image right there for a second, Chair Claver. They routinely drive over that corner of Willow Street and Westway Road. About 2 years ago, we decided to try to improve the look of that corner by planting grass seed there, hoping that a root system would solidify the soil there and prevent it from looking like that. And the next image also, Chair Claver, is also the same corner, if you could bring that up as well. Thank you.
That's the other direction.
That shows the corner from two different angles. That's what it used to look like. And we tried to plant grass there. We put grass seed down, we watered every day. It would never take because cars and trucks would run over it so often. We got driveway reflectors of the type that people put on their driveways in the wintertime to prevent snow plows from going off the driveway. We put those in the soil there. They were just the next day were run over and crushed. We put rebar, lengths of rebar in the soil to try to stop it. They didn't work. Finally, we got a large stone that we moved to the corner to try to deter people. And that's the next, if you go to the next image, Chair Claver, I'm sorry. The next image shows
The boulder.
the stone there in the back. We moved that rock to the corner, but that rock it didn't deter people. The people ran to the rock and moved it down Westway Road. We came home one day actually to find that stone in the middle of Westway Road because apparently a truck had hit it and dragged it into the street. We were able to get our neighbor to use his pickup truck
Slater.
and a strap of webbing to attach it to his trailer hitch to haul the rock out of the road and back onto our lawn. But the rock has been, whenever we put it there, it gets knocked down Westway Road because I think it's cars and trucks largely the rear axles of trucks making the right-hand turn from Willow Street onto Westway Road, that they clear, the front of it clears the corner, the rear wheels cut the corner and drag over the corner.
And they don't care.
Yeah, so that rock made no difference and in fact became a safety issue for us. So we left the rock away from the corner and we, after having tried to plant grass there and put stakes in, and I can't remember what else we tried to do to get to allow a grass to grow there. We had a mason working on our chimney in a project this commission approved a few months ago. And we spoke to him and he said, I could try putting down, we also tried putting down flat stones, just loose
Oh,
on
yeah,
the
right.
soil, on top of the soil,
They
to
drag those.
provide a bed for cars to drive over or trucks to drive over. But those stones were dislodged and turned vertical in the soil and they wouldn't stay. So we had a mason work on our chimney. We asked him if he could think of a solution. He suggested putting in a concrete bed and putting flat granite stones in that bed.
2 to 3 inches
Yeah,
thick.
to make basically a floor at that corner for traffic, for tires to go over.
And if I could just add, I'm Barbara Turitzen. John and I are husband and wife. This solution not only is gorgeous, but now every truck that runs over this corner is no issue. There's absolutely no issue. There's no mud. There's nothing to drag. The granite stones, I hand-picked. I hand-picked them for their weight and their depth. They are 2 to 3.5 inches thick. They are in 3 inches of concrete, which can handle 4,300 pounds. We have had gardeners and huge Amazon trucks, UPS trucks have gone over this corner, not even a hairline
And dump
crack.
trucks, and dump
With
trucks.
dump trucks, we have had our trash guys tell us it looked great. Now they don't worry about hurting that corner anymore. There's no mud when it rains because it basically becomes a ditch after a few days of being run over by these trucks. It becomes a ditch and then it fills with water when it rains and it becomes a little pond of dirty, muddy water. And then next time a truck goes over it, it splashes filthy water, muddy water all over the sidewalk, all over our fence, which is out of view, but it's there, and all over the road. So we did this, it cost us $1,100. We know that this is a right of way for the town. We thought it was a great solution. We've gotten compliments from everyone from dog walkers to the trash guys who said it was a great solution. It can handle a lot of weight. And we hope that you think it's a good solution. The boulder is being moved by our gardeners. That's where it wound up when our next door neighbors Slater Kirby and John moved it out from Westway Road. That's where it kind of fell, I think. Did it fall?
So,
there?
yeah, so if you approve this, we will remove that boulder and
Yeah.
just leave that stone bed at the corner. We didn't mean to disrespect this
Oh,
commission.
no.
That when the mason suggested to us, and we knew he said he could do it that morning. We just thought because it was flush with the surface and because the area was either dirt or mud or a puddle, that it was not of no consequence. So we just told him to go ahead and do it that morning. And we apologize for that.
Yeah, we didn't realize.
We didn't mean to
We
disrespect.
thought we were kind of doing a good thing, and we still think we did a good thing, but we realize now that even a good thing, needs approval. You remanded us back to engineering, to Bill Healy, right?
Yeah.
And they okayed it. They were okay with it,
Yeah, the building commission said it's okay.
the building commission. Yeah.
So that was why we did it. That's what it looks like. The image is not very good. I'm
There's a
sorry.
better one. There's a better
No, there's not
one.
a better one. It's very
Oh.
washed out.
Oh,
But anyway, that's
it's
our,
beautiful.
that's our application.
This is not the better one. Adam, Commissioner Cliver, is there a better shot of the corner now?
No, they're all washed.
No, I mean, the actual application, I think, has a better picture. I don't know why it's so washed out. You can't see the
This,
stone at all.
It looks
in
good
this
with
picture. All the
this.
commissioners would have gone to look at, this in person. So
Okay, great.
whether it's not a great
So
visual
that's our
on the
application.
picture here.
His assistant did, Bill's assistant did, because Bill was on vacation.
That's our application. We'll remove it.
Yeah.
We didn't mean to, the main thing is, we don't want to disrespect you.
Oh,
We
no.
didn't mean to disrespect the commission. It didn't occur to us that this would require approval, but I mean, we'll remove it if you'd like us to remove it and put dirt back again.
But it is pretty bad when it's just dirt, or we would never have spent $1,100 on a right-of-way corner, but it's gross. When this was a good solution. It can handle a lot of weight. And I mean, come on, the trash guys thought it was great.
Are there,
Okay.
should I ask?
Thank you.
Questions?
Yes, Bart, do you have any questions?
No, thank you.
Okay, Jim, questions?
I have not walked down there to see it. Congratulations, it sounds like you've done a good solution, but I'm
Thank you.
confused now. Is this on your property or is it on?
Yes, it is.
Way?
It's, I guess, I thought it was on our property. When we went to the zoning commission to get it approved, they sent us to the building department and they said anything that close to the street is on town property. I'm not sure.
I think they called it a right-of-way.
I don't know.
I don't
But
know what
they
they-
approved it.
They approved it.
We told them what the materials we used and they approved it from a structural engineering street point of view.
I'd have to defer to Adam to see, is this something we should be approving if it's actually on a town right of way? I compliment you on what you've done.
The town signed off on it.
Okay.
Now it's just sitting with historic.
Adam, is this something we should be approving or?
Well, it's something we definitely need to approve. The question is whether, I think it's clearly outside of their property lines,
Yeah.
but, it is an area right away of the town and I think they're required to like cut the grass and maintain it. But in this case, that's a good question. I don't know if they have the right to do this project on town property without approval. It sounds like they said they have approval. I don't know. It's confusing.
it.
Maybe you get approved
Got
from us before they can do this job, so I'm not sure. They
Yeah.
clearly didn't get approved before doing it.
No?
Adam,
So
did
I don't
you
know,
say
we'll have to
this-
discuss this
Art,
further.
Did you say this was within their
Art.
property?
It's public right of way, Art, I think.
Yeah, it's outside their property line. You can see their property lines here,
Yeah, that's what I thought.
and this is a streets out here.
So I
Just based on
compliment
that,
them
it
on
looks like within their property.
they've done.
line. I mean, I'm not the
So
town
it's-
attorney,
my
but I would
approval,
submit
I-
that we have jurisdiction over this.
I approve it.
But wouldn't we
Oh,
have
we definitely
jurisdiction over
do.
driveways?
Okay, hey guys, we'll just go around the room and we can discuss this after the fact.
Make it louder, please.
Jim has the floor at the moment. So go ahead, Jim.
No, I'm finished. What you've done looks good.
Okay.
I just question
Thank you.
who owns this? Who legally, who
Right.
owns it?
Okay.
Town.
I
We'll have to
agree with
discuss
what
that.
you've done. My
We'll have to
compliments on what you've done.
Okay. Thanks, Jim. Okay, Maura, you have comments or questions?
So my only comment was I looked at this from the standpoint of we have jurisdiction to look at how driveways are done and driveways go across right away. So I presume that this would still be in the jurisdiction of historic. So my first question is just curiosity, in your neighborhood, you had some significant construction going on. Are you finding that this is the same amount of trucks still going now that construction is done?
It seems like new construction every other week at the end of Willow. And
Okay.
this is that turn, but we also have other trucks. Willow was designed, from what I've read in historical paragraphs and such. Willow was designed for two horses, two carriages with a horse at the front of each one going in opposite directions to pass each other carefully
Right.
and securely.
Right.
I don't need to tell you how narrow that is. You can park on either side. It's hell. It's a very, very narrow street. And when they make this turn off of Westway, which is not much wider, but it is wider, when they make this turn, whether they're turning from Westway onto Willow, or they're turning at the stop sign on Willow, making a right onto Westway, leaving the area, there is no one, not even our neighbors who know us in their cars, that no one takes this turn properly. No one.
Okay,
It's
so
impossible.
I am familiar with it. And
Okay.
I would say I totally understand what you're doing. My only comment was that, and I see you picked the stones, but the edging fits nicely around the curve, but it's a little bit irregular on the other side. So it doesn't look
We have a
very
sprinkler
finished.
head there. There's just 2 sprinkler heads there. We'd have to remove part of our sprinkler, which was another $600. So we might be able to get one more small stone in. I know what you're talking about, but our mason said he was getting very close to the hose for the sprinkler head. We have a very nice sprinkler system heading down this entire piece of lawn. And I would have had to remove and end it. And the sprinkler system, our sprinkler guys wanted like $500-600 more to do it. So that's why it looks the way it does. But the stones are irregular to look a little more old fashioned. Otherwise they look like pavers. We didn't want that.
Yeah, it's just hard because of your circumstances, because there aren't anything, and it's nothing similar like it in the area.
There is
So
something
it's just
similar
trying
to
to
it.
make
There's
it so it
something
doesn't
similar to
stand out.
There's something similar 2 feet away, which is the entrance to Willow Street, which has been destroyed, and town of Fairfield keeps coming and fixing it and wasting their time and money because it needs to really be set better. And Adam, if you go back 1 photo or 2 photos and you get a picture of the crossing of Willow, it looks great with that. No, not that one. Nope. You got to get Willow in there. It's at the top there. You see this? This is Willow. Wait, go back 1. There. This is Willow Street, and it's got a very old-fashioned look to it. It's got almost like a border of granite with some smaller stones in the middle. It's really pretty. It's really old-fashioned. When we moved here, it was destroyed. They came along, the town of Fairfield, and they fixed all the stones, and it took maybe 2 weeks for trucks to destroy it again. And I went out and I spoke to the fellow who did it. I said, it's going to take no time for these to be destroyed again. He goes, yeah, but I'm just here to fix it and move on. And I said, if you set it in some cement, it might hold up better. He said, well, that's for the town to decide. But it does look very nice with our edge that we just did next to it. It does need to be fixed. The crossing, it's kind of like a stop sign. There's a stop sign there. And this is what you're stopping at. A beautiful old-fashioned kind of crossing, which I think is the original flooring for the road before they paved it. Not sure, but if the town comes and fixes it again, I would hope they would set it in a better cement that can handle more weight. That's what we did. We set it in cement that can handle more weight. But it looks great next to these. I was trying to match these stones in the ground on the road. I tried to do this very, very historically carefully.
Okay, thank you. No further questions.
Thank you, Maura. Darren, questions?
No questions for me, thanks.
And Regina.
My only comment was similar to Jim. Kind of in a way, it feels almost more prudent for the engineering department to review this rather than our commission.
They signed
but-
off on it.
Okay.
They liked it.
So
Yeah.
other-
We got approval from
We had,
engineering.
our HD, our application to your commission was bounced to the building department, which looked at it and sent us an email saying it's fine.
They came and looked at it. Bill Healy's assistant, Bill was on vacation, came and took a look at the corner. And we didn't talk to him, yet. We weren't home, but he sent an email and he said, I defer to historic, but we're good with it. So.
Okay. Thank you. That was my
Yeah.
only question, comment.
Yeah, yeah.
Thanks.
Thank you, Rosina. My perspective is that the HDC definitely has jurisdiction over the, this corner. If the town wanted to do it, they would have to get our approval. And I guess the process should have been coming to us first and then getting town approvals later. Personally, I don't think this application of granite set in concrete is appropriate for this corner, nor do I believe that the stone is appropriate. I mean, I think the corner is, it just doesn't look, I wish it looked more like the opposite corner.
There's a
Even though the
telephone
opposite
pole on the
corner is,
opposite.
a little, excuse me?
That's a telephone pole.
Yeah, just seeing the walkway, and then you have, I mean, it's, and I believe, John, you said something about the town doing something, proposing something, some other solution for this corner?
No, the building guy said when they've had corners like this, I don't, he said they sometimes, they can move a stop sign down to the corner.
Yes. Yes, the
That's
stop sign on the corner here prevent people from going.
There is a
that
stop sign.
curve.
There is-
It's just set back. The stop sign is on the other side of the sidewalk.
So, I mean, my preference would be to see grass there and just the granite curb, the existing curb, and the stop sign. That prevents people from going over that curb. I mean, I think it's hard to see in the pictures, but I don't believe the granite that you chose is. It'd be nicer if that corner was designed with maybe the bluestone, so it was more of a continuation of the
Bluestone
walkway.
doesn't come that thick. You can't buy bluestone 3 inches thick. Not anywhere I know of. I asked for, at O&G Masonry, I asked for what stone came 2.5, 3.5 inches thick, irregularly shaped, looking natural. They said, we have granite. I said, sounds great. They're all variegated
They
gray.
also there are also systems where you can put, where you can actually drive over grass. I mean, they embed a structure in the ground, these tubes, and then they plant grass around it, and it prevents it from becoming like you're showing. I don't think it would
the town
withstand
would-
constant driving. Excuse me?
I don't know if the town would do that. I'm not sure they would pay for that.
Well, I'm not suggesting the town pay for it. You're the ones who want to fix this. You just spent how many thousands on putting this
1,100.
granite, 1,100.
Yeah.
I'm just suggesting a different option. And
But
if
we
you had come
prefer
to
not
us
spending more
before
money.
installing it, we can't really consider, costs when we're talking about this.
Sure.
Um,
So Chair Cliver,
I'm just telling you what I think is more appropriate, will be a more appropriate, fix for this corner.
we can remove,
I would like to see it as, excuse me?
I'm sorry, go ahead. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
I said I would prefer to see grass on this corner the way it was originally. I think having this granite sort of, little arc piece just on the corner is sort of weird. And you can see how the grass looks strange here, especially with the rock, which is a red rock. I'm not sure where that came from, but that's not a local rock either.
It's the rock that was on the edge that was dragged onto Westway by a truck and left in the middle of the road. So we dragged it with the help of our neighbors. I don't know.
Where did the rock
Caterpillar?
come from?
We had a
We had a gardener put it there,
It's a
paid for that too.
It was a temporary solution.
It was a
Tried to fix
temporary
it, but it didn't
solution, yeah.
work.
Didn't work.
Well,
So,
that's my point. You brought the rock in. It wasn't there before.
It was-
No,
we
no, no.
brought the rock in. We'll remove the rock. And we'll remove the whole thing and put dirt back there and just toss grass seed down and see what happens.
well, we know what's gonna
It'll-
happen.
It won't take. It'll just be dirt.
We just put in a new picket fence, which you approved, and I prefer not getting that
It'll be dirt and mud.
gross. Yeah,
It'll go back to being dirt and mud.
it'll go back to being dirt and mud. which we prefer not having. Our house is there and it's very beautiful. And this solution we've gotten compliments on it, tons of compliments on it. So it's a really bad.
I mean, our
picture.
job is to look at it, not whether you've done a nice job or not, or whether other people like it. I think our job is to decide whether it's appropriate in the context of the community and the street.
Yes.
So
Yep.
that's where we're coming from. We're not trying to I'm not trying to say that you did it doesn't look nice. I'm sure a lot of people think it looks nice. Under different circumstances, I might think it looks nice, but I'm looking at it as whether it's appropriate in the context of the historic district and the street.
Well, we tried other things
Sure.
and this was a solution, our last solution, our most expensive solution for a problem we felt we would be handling, and it cost us $1,100 and didn't realize, the ramifications of it. But we've certainly gone back to the drawing board and did it right, or tried to do it right. And the building and department signed off on it, but that's not the same thing as you guys. So
Okay.
We can restore
Is there
it,
anything
Yeah.
else?
dirt and mud.
yeah, we can put it back to dirt and mud. I'd rather not.
Okay. There's nothing else. I did not receive any letters in favor of this application. I did not receive any letters opposing the application. So the hearing is closed. Thank you.
Okay,
Thank you.
Okay. Next item on the agenda, Southport Conservancy, 214 Main Street in Southport for property located at 214 Main Street in Southport, 4A. Install guardrails around existing roof. B, install 2 rail snow guards near the bottom of edge of tile roof. C, replace existing K-style aluminum gutters and downspouts with half round. And D, replace existing asphalt shingles with green clay tiles to match existing.
Good afternoon, Adam and members of the Historic District Commission. My name is Jim Vos. I am chair of the Buildings and Grounds Committee at the Southport School, and I'm joined this afternoon by Pam Toner, who is the chairman, president of the Southport Conservancy, which owns the main school building. Can everybody see my screen?
Yes.
Great. Okay, for those of you less familiar with our campus, here's an aerial shot of it. The building we're talking about today is the one in the center here, which is owned by the Conservancy. In addition to that, the school owns the former People's Bank building over here, which is now our Arts, Music, and Movement building. And in addition, a couple of years ago, we bought 92 Center Street over here, which is currently a residential rental property. So that is our current campus. On the main school building roof, it's actually 2 roofs. There is a green clay tile hip roof, which you see on the edges of the building, the hips. And in the center is a built-up tar membrane flat roof. The green clay tiles, interestingly, are original to the building from when it was built in 1918, so they're 106 years old. They're in relatively good shape, and we've been told they should last forever. The flat roof, however, leaks badly and needs to be replaced. So this afternoon, we have 4 items before you for approval that we consider improvements to the building rather than repairs. First is to install guardrails per OSHA safety requirements around existing rooftop HVAC equipment that's within 10 feet of the edge of the flat roof. Again, these are OSHA requirements that really compel us to do so. We would also like, for safety reasons, to install 2 rail snow guards near the bottom edge of the tile roof along the east, south, and west elevations. 3, we'd like to replace the existing K-style aluminum gutters and downspouts and go back to what were probably the original 6-inch half-round copper gutters and downspouts that were likely installed in the building when it was built 106 years ago. And then finally, in a small portion of the roof, and I'll describe all this in more detail with further slides in a moment, we'd like to replace some existing asphalt shingles on a small roof hip with green clay tiles to match the existing tiles. This section of the roof is not visible from the street. With our application, we submitted an A2 survey that's shown here. I'd be happy to answer any questions about it. If you have them, it showed the main school building in the center, 92 Center Street on the left, and the former bank building and now our Arts, Music, and Movement building on the right. Main Street is on the right and the harbor is at the bottom, just to orient you. This project was designed by a roof consultant with extensive experience, and he drew many detailed plans for us that we're going off of. As you can imagine, it's a fairly complicated roof structure, and we're happy to have an expert on board who is Bruce P. Darling of BPD Roof Consulting. He has 53 years of roofing experience, 27 years at his current company. His past projects include commercial, industrial, residential, historic buildings, municipal buildings, churches, and 45 schools and universities, including Yale, Harvard, and Princeton, and in our own backyard, Fairview Country Day School, Greens Farms Academy, Hopkins, and Staples. Our roofing contractor is Eagle Riffit Corporation out of Bloomfield, Connecticut. And as you can see on the map below, they serve a 9-state area. It's a fairly large company specializing in roofing. So let's move on to item 1, the guardrail locations. You can see them highlighted here in green. They go around the pieces of equipment that are within 10 feet of the edge of the roof. And I doubt that any of them will be able to be seen from the street. Here is a street view from Main Street looking up. You can see a piece of HVAC equipment there behind the cupola. And the only guardrail that I think might be visible would be to its left. Obviously, you wouldn't see it from this vantage point because it's blocked by the cupola, but perhaps if you walk to the left over by the Arts, Music, and Movement building, you might see it, a very slight portion of it. So that piece of roof equipment is this piece here, and this is the guardrail that I'm talking about that might be viewable off in this direction here. But the rest of the guardrails, I don't think you'll be able to see from the street. Here's an example of the guardrail we would like to use. I imagine you'll want to know how high it is. The OSHA requirements state that it should be 42 inches high, plus or minus 3 inches. So it could be as low as 39 inches and still meet OSHA requirements. It could also be painted any color. Moving on to item 2, the snow guard locations. Again, these are for safety purposes. To keep snow from falling off the tile roof onto either people walking down below or onto cars or onto we have a tented area in this atrium area that we're calling here, and keep the snow on the roof rather than sliding off of it. So it's in these highlighted blue locations. Here's an aerial view showing where those snow guards would be, and here's that tented structure that we wouldn't want snow and ice falling off onto it. There's another awning back here. Similarly, we wouldn't want snow or ice falling onto that either. Here are the details for the snow guards and the gutters. This drawing actually shows a 3-rail snow guard system, but we have specified a 2-rail. It was just a mistake in the plans, but we are specifying a 2-rail system. Here's an example of what such a snow guard looks like. I tried to find a picture of a 2-rail system and I couldn't on the web, but here's a 3-rail system on a green tile roof similar to ours. It's not our building, but the roof is similar to our structure. Here's a shot of the existing K-style aluminum gutters. I'm not sure when they were installed, but they certainly aren't original to the building. And we'd like to replace these with 6-inch half-round copper gutters and downspouts. moving on to item 4. In this little triangle here, you'll see the area that I'm talking about. At some point in time in the past, I guess they were short on tiles. They may have needed them in other places on the roof, perhaps where tiles broke, and they must have taken them from this area here and used them on other parts of the roof, and they just put down green asphalt shingles here. So we would like to take them up and install green tiles to match the rest of the roof. Main Street is over here, so you're not going to be able to see it. It's not visible, but I did consider it an improvement to the structure, and so that's why I've listed it. Interestingly enough, the company that made the green tiles 106 years ago, Ludovici, is still in business. And they have a color tile that I think will match ours very closely. There's a bit of a long lead time involved, so we probably won't get around to replacing the green tiles. We have to pull up some of the green tiles to get at the copper valleys. The rest of the green tile roof is going to remain. But to the extent that there are broken tiles that need to be replaced, the company that made them originally is still in business and we can get them. So we're very fortunate with that. And so that is our presentation, and I'd be happy to open it up to any questions. Thank you very much.
Great. Thank you, Jim. Jim Bohan, questions?
No questions. Thank you very much. Very good presentation.
Thank you.
Thank you. More questions?
No, you answered the questions I had, so thank you.
Great.
And Darren?
No questions for me, thanks.
Rosina?
No question. Thank you.
And Art?
Jim, it looks good. You don't regulate, I think as a general proposition, color, but on those OSHA required rails, what was the color you were proposing, if you know?
Traditionally they are sort of a construction yellow color, but I'm not sure that a color has been specified. And if the commission has a preference, we'd be happy to entertain that.
Thank you for that, Jim. Like I said, as a general proposition, we regulate color. I suppose as a preference, or at least from my standpoint, whatever would be unobtrusive.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, Art. I would agree. The color, as I think, like the construction yellow might actually, you definitely see it. If you could see it, it would make it stand out.
Yeah, that's
so even like
surprised
unpainted.
it's yellow. I'm not familiar with those, but I trust you guys to pick an appropriate color. But probably the goal would be so that it's not noticeable. But that's not our fault.
I don't have any other questions. I do have a letter written to the Historic District Commission from Southport Conservancy. This is from Pamela Toner. Dear Fairfield Historic District Commission, on behalf of the Southport Conservancy Board, I am writing to support the proposed roof project at the Southport School, as specified in the lease between the Southport School and the Southport Conservancy building owner. All projects exceeding $500,000 must obtain approval from the Conservancy Board. The Executive Director, Ben Powers, and the Chair of the Buildings and Grounds Committee, Jim Bose, presented the plans to the Conservancy Board in November. The board voted in favor of this project, but the condition that the Southport School also obtain the necessary approvals from the town of Fairfield authorities. Southport School has been a great steward to the property, and they work hard to continually maintain and improve the buildings and grounds. They're a very conscientious neighbor by constantly improving their traffic policies and procedures to have a minimal impact on the residents of Southport Village. Southport School makes every effort to protect the historical and architectural history of Southport. The Board of the Southport Conservancy strongly supports the roof project at the Southport School. Sincerely, Pamela Toner, Chairperson. And I did not receive any letters in opposition. So the hearing's closed. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Next item on the agenda is Andrew and Claudia Wilbur, 227 Main Street in Southport for property located at 227 Main Street in Southport, for A, pave existing dirt and stone driveway with asphalt and wood edge. B, pave part of strip between driveways at 219 and 227 with bluestone set in concrete. And C, install gutters on garage. Linda, you're muted still.
Hi, I'm Linda Batchelder, architect, Baker Batchelder Architects, representing Andrew and Claudia Wilbur this morning or this afternoon. I'd like to share. Okay. And here we have the site plan, and what we're looking to do for 227 Main Street is to pave the driveway from, this is Main Street here. Oops, excuse me. Sorry. This is Main Street in here, or Main Street here, and the driveway starts after a bluestone walk all the way to an existing concrete apron. We'd also like to pave an area in here that's currently mulch, and it's been hard to grow things because there's a large tree right here with its roots. So we are looking to pave this in bluestone treads set on a concrete base, so that should somebody pull out of the driveway, the garage here, and want to turn around and come out this driveway, they could. We're looking to pave this driveway in asphalt. Currently, it's an old stone, dust, and gravel driveway. And then the third part of our application is to put gutters on this garage here, to partly just to maintain the garage next door, because now all the water is pouring between the two. Here it is from the street, and this is where we're asking to pave an asphalt driveway. This is the spot looking from the street. We're looking to put the paving of bluestone between the driveways right in here, which when I'm standing, you can see the shadow of the tree. I'm standing at the tree right there. We're looking for from here to here, basically, to start that into paving. And this area will be replanted once we have the driveways and work paved.
Linda, I'm not sure if
the gutters. Excuse me.
I'm not sure
Yes.
if you're I mean, you're showing a PowerPoint, and the only thing that you have up is the site plan with a couple of pictures on the side, and I'm not sure if that's what you're pointing to. So it seems to be a disconnect of what you're pointing to and what I'm looking at.
Okay, so maybe my pointer is not pointing.
I don't know. What are you trying to show right now? One screen or a screen with like, there's 4, 5 small pictures on the left, and then there's one in the middle.
Okay, no, I'm seeing just one. So how about?
That's the problem. I think you're showing
Is that better?
something else.
Can you now see?
Same.
It stopped sharing.
No, it's still showing. I think it might be frozen.
I don't know why it's not sharing that. Because now I'm seeing you, not even my screen sharing your screen. Stop sharing. Let me try it again.
Okay. Ah, that's better.
Okay. Can you see my cursor now?
Yes, that's much better.
Okay, thank you. So was any of that clear at all, or shall I start again?
No, I
Oh,
think just start over. I think it was.
Okay, I
Okay.
apologize. Here we are on the survey with Main Street. And what we're looking to do is pave this driveway right in here at 227 Main Street with asphalt from the bluestone walkway here until the concrete apron on the existing garage. And right now, this is kind of gravel and stone dust and needs some maintenance. So right here between the driveway for 227 and 219, we would like to add bluestone paving, and it would be made out of tread material and set in this running bond pattern. And that would be in an area where it's been hard to grow anything. And we are looking to make walking from one house to the other, even in the winter, something that's very easy to do. See, and this is the garage where we are adding the gutters on the sides. And the main reason we're adding the gutters is because between the two garages, there's only about a foot of space. And so we're looking to divert any water that we can away from this space. So this is it viewed from the road, and this is the driveway area we would be paving. It will just take a wood edge. We're not planning on putting anything down that's permanent. No steel edge there. And this is the area when I'm standing at the sidewalk that we're planning on paving or applying to pave in bluestone between the two driveways. And there's a big tree, which is what's right back here. And in this photo, I'm standing at the tree showing you the area that we're planning on paving in bluestone, which is this mulched area here. This is the planting bed in the front, and it will remain a planting bed. It will be replanted once the work here is done. And this is the garage. This is where the gutters are going. And this is the half round aluminum bronze gutter that we would like to install. And that is it. Are there any questions? Clarifications needed?
Thank you. Maura, do you have any questions?
My only question was you said that the bluestone would be in a herringbone. Did you have a picture of what that would look like?
No, in a running bond.
Running bond, okay.
So that's what this is. It's a 12-inch by 24-inch piece. And so it's like a brick pattern when I say running bond.
Okay. I just didn't see a picture, and because I don't think those pictures were in the application. It's just in your presentation.
Right.
Now.
It's the one sheet that's in there. Yes. And I do not have a photo of, this is a little bit of an unusual application for tread material of bluestone. But in talking with the masons in the supply yard, it was something that they felt could be driven over. And we wanted a fairly smooth surface that Andrew's parents live in this house. And as they're going to be there for the rest of their lives, and there's a lot of traffic going between the two families' houses, we're really looking for something that will be smooth, easy to traverse, and then also could be driven over, so that when they pull their car out of the garage, if it comes to this, they have a smaller car that fits in this little garage. It's possible that they might someday be able to enter Main Street going forward and make it a little safer.
Okay. And then the gutters are on the sides. Where are the downspouts?
They would be towards the back.
Okay.
These two. Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Darren?
No questions for me. Thank you.
Rosina?
No questions. Thank you.
Art?
None for me, Adam.
Thank you. And Jim?
No questions, Adam. Thank you.
Great. I do not have any questions either. Did not receive any letters in favor of this application and did not receive any letters opposing this application. So the hearing is closed. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Okay, moving on to considerations of the public hearings items. First item on the agenda, Susie Jones, 240 Harbor Road in Southport, for property located at 240 Harbor Road in Southport. The application is for installing 42-inch tall stained white cedar fence on north and east property line, and B, install 42-inch high, 6-foot high double cedar gate stained white. Jim Bohan, you'll be voting on this application.
Thank
Can I get a
you.
motion, please.
I'll make the motion to approve A and B as presented.
I'll second the motion.
Rosina makes the motion, Darren seconds. To approve as presented. Discussion? No discussion? Okay, take a vote. All in favor? All opposed? None opposed? No abstentions? Motion passes unanimously. Second item on the agenda, Tracy Brittis, 212 Center Street in Southport, for property located at 212 Center Street in Southport. For A, front window change from 3 to 2 windows. B, moving fireplace fence. C, change door to window. And Maura, you will be voting on this application. Can I get a
Adam,
motion, please?
to approve A, C is presented.
Thank you, Art. Second?
I'll second it.
Who's that?
Maura.
Maura, thank you. Discussion? No discussion? Okay, take a vote. All in favor? All opposed? Unopposed? No abstentions? The motion passes. Next item on the agenda is Barbara and John Turritson, 89 Westway Road in Southport, for property located at 89 in Southport, 89 Westway Road in Southport, for A, install 106-inch by 28-inch granite stone. Jim Bohan, you'll be voting on this. Can I get a motion, please? We need to a motion to discuss.
Adam, this is Art. I'll move to deny without prejudice all of those items.
I'll second that.
Thank you. I'm sorry, who was the second? Is that Darren?
Darren.
Yeah, thank you.
Am I voting on this
Discussion?
one?
Yes, you are.
Okay, thank you.
So while I think this is definitely within our jurisdiction, the problem I guess I have in my head is that since it is town property, and I know the Turritsons went and got approval from the town and whatnot, but I kind of have an issue with how to resolve this in my head because it really should be the town presenting. And then on top of it, the changes, regardless of my personal feelings about the changes that they did and how they may look, it does change the character of the neighborhood. So I'm not really sure how to resolve those issues. I mean, I'm not really sure how to resolve the first issue in my head because it's town right of way. So I don't feel the applicants I feel the applicant has to be the town because they're the property owner.
Yes, I think the right of way is, I mean, it requires a homeowner to maintain it, but not necessarily gives them the right to do whatever they want. But I mean, I don't know that 100%.
Well, I mean,
Did the-
how I've usually had to handle things in other historic districts when I've been in charge of them is that the town always has to come before the HDC unless it's standard maintenance. Like if one of the sidewalks is being chewed up and they're replacing in kind, they just kind of give the HDC a heads up, and same with the roadways. But if
I
they're
agree.
changing materials and stuff, or changing, the sidewalks or placing sidewalks in where they hadn't been before, or changing the curbing, that all has to come to HDC for COA approval. And in my head,
Yes.
it always has to be done by the property owner. And in this case, the Turritsons are not the property owner, so I don't know if we have jurisdiction to review this because they're not the property owners.
Well, that's a good point. Yes, should we be reviewing it because they're not the property owners? That's a good question. I think we can deny it, and I don't think there's any harm in doing that. I mean, I think if we couldn't approve, I don't think we could approve it, I think is maybe the point. But we can certainly deny it.
And do we know if the engineering department, for example, looked into changing the radius of the curb rather than anything else?
Yeah. Yes,
I think
mean,
there
they
needs to be a
basically
town
took it upon
representative.
themselves to fix the. Yeah, 100%. I mean, every time a sidewalk has been repaired or altered or lengthened, the town is presented, not the person who lives in front of it. So
And I
agree with you.
understand,
But you make a good point as to whether we should, actually be hearing this application at all, because they're not the owners of the property.
I mean,
Adam,
'cause
But-
I gotta disagree. I'm a lawyer. I'm not the commissioner, the town's lawyer, but
Okay.
if that piece of property is within the Schedule A legal description of the home they own, they are the owner. A right of way is not an ownership. Okay, they have rights to the property, but they are the homeowner. They own that piece of land. So
Well,
it's
outside of the
would
bounds
submit
of the
that they are
property.
properly the applicant. If you want my why I moved to deny without prejudice, you mentioned during the hearing that maybe one option would have been, I think you hinted at it, like a lawn grid or a grass grid. That might be more feasible. I sympathize with the applicant because they tried to do what's right. And, it does look better, but I would agree in that from an appropriate standpoint, it's not. The fact that they spent $1,100, that's not relevant. But the way I look at it, they're properly before the commission.
I don't know that it is their property, and I don't want to weigh in on something when I'm not 100% sure, because I don't want to be in a situation where something like that happens on my property. So I just think that we should double check that before we pass anything.
Can we do that now? I mean, they gave them an opportunity to be heard, and they gave their presentation.
I don't
We're
know that we
inclined to
can
deny
do that
this.
now.
I mean, I don't know that right now we can say we're not going to hear it after we heard it.
It's not that we're not hearing it. I don't know that we can pass any full judgment.
Yeah, I don't agree with that, Mr. Chairman.
So here's the property on GIS mapping. Clearly it doesn't show the radius, but clearly their property lines are well set back from the road. right? They own.
Can you
they-
zoom
it
in a
meets
little
and
bit,
bounds
Adam?
their property. Well, I think yeah.
I think you
that's
can
about
zoom
right.
in. Yeah, you can see the, oh, whoops.
Yeah, the mapping doesn't,
It doesn't like that. I believe the sidewalk is outside their line, so that corner is beyond the sidewalk.
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
Well, it's come before us. We've heard the application, and I think we can deny it with reasons because I think we can act on it. But I think the only thing we can do is really deny it for reasons that we've discussed. You know, we're not sure if they legally can actually submit the application, number one.
Who makes that call, Adam? Does the engineering or town attorney?
I would go to DPW.
DPW.
I mean, I think the
Department
town
of Public,
attorney would
yeah,
probably
'cause-
have a.
The engineering department should be the one,
Submitting an
to know.
application,
correct?
yeah.
Am I permitted to speak?
It's either usually
No,
licensing and permits or engineering. So those are the two departments that deal with beyond the
If
property
we
line.
do that, they're gonna be proposing what the material is and what the design is. I mean, they don't do that.
I think we just need to have a representative of the town here saying that this is okay for them to present on their behalf. In every other instance, you
True.
know,
they could do that too.
I mean, if they want to co-present, nobody would have a problem with that, but, you know, there's all sorts of
No, you
property
have to,
easements, there's rights of way, there's licenses. But they don't grant you ownership of property, so do what you want.
I'm not sure that they own this property. It's public right of way, so the town like has some ownership of it.
But is
technically,
this piece within their property
No,
boundaries?
no,
no,
no.
So it's not-
outside of their property lines.
right.
Yeah, it's a right of way.
So it's not within the legal description then?
No, it's not within their meets and bounds.
Okay, if it's not, then yeah, I mean, then they're in essence legal strangers to the hearing. So I thought, based on the original drawing, it was within their property boundary.
No.
Okay, well, then I withdraw my.
I think
I
think we can vote on, we can vote it, we can deny it for the reasons discussed, which is that we're not sure if.
I'm okay with that.
And then can they, if we do that, Adam, the one question I have is that can they come back with the same application with somebody from the town, or can they amend their application with some sort of statement from the town on letterhead saying they're okay to present on our behalf?
They could, but I mean, I think if they came back with the same application, it'd be a waste of time. At least from my perspective, I'm not sure if anyone else felt the same way I did about the actual installation of the granite, but I would be opposed to it.
I'm just
the
asking just
application,
on a, if they wanted to come back and present again and have a town representative.
Yes, if they wanted to come
here.
back, I think we had to, yeah, I think if the town
Okay.
was okay with them submit, but I think the town should be the one submitting the application, to be honest.
Well, I agree with you, but in other cases, when we have people presenting things for their property, they have letters from,
Yes.
like if we've had architects on here presenting on behalf of somebody else, and they just have letters saying we're authorized to present. So that's what I'm asking.
Yes, they could be an agent of the town for sure, but I think if the town were involved, they'd probably pay for it, number one.
Yeah, that's what I
I
was,
think they'd want to maintain that,
kind of
want to
relief.
maintain that corner. So anyway. Any other discussion? Or we vote? Okay. All in favor of denying without prejudice? All opposed? None opposed, the motion passes. Okay, next item is Southport Conservancy, 214 Main Street in Southport for property located at 214 Main Street in Southport to install guardrails around existing roof, and B, install 2 rail snow guards near the bottom edge of tile roof. C, replace existing K-style aluminum gutters and downspouts with half round. And D, replace existing asphalt shingles with green clay tiles to match existing. Can I get a motion, please?
I'll make the motion to approve. I'm not sure which one it is, but A through E with the stipulation that there are only 2 rails in the snow guards and that the color of the yes.
Just before you go on, the D says install 2 rail snow guards. It like specifically says
Okay.
2 rails. Is that okay, or do you still want
So
to?
then-
I mean, you can still make that stipulation because the image was 3, but
Okay. I'll remove that one. So A through E with
Okay.
the stipulation that the color of the guard, it's not a bright yellow or it's unobtrusive. I don't think we can stipulate color, but the bright yellow will
Okay.
not be appropriate. So
I don't think they're going to paint it bright yellow. But you can stipulate painted
So
or not
let's-
painted.
let's
You
just
can say
say-
unpainted.
no, let's just say A3, approve without, as presented A3.
Okay. Give me a second.
I'll second it. Maura.
Thank you. Discussion?
So I'm good with the whole application. The only question I have is that existing asphalt shingles that are not visible from a public way, street, or place.
Yep.
So I don't know, we really can't be voting on that because it's outside of our jurisdiction. So is there a way that we can amend the motion? And just say, approve as presented A through D.
Honestly, I don't think it's really necessary, but there is a chance you could see it from Center Street if foliage were disappeared.
I don't think you really can because there's a lot of evergreen foliage on the other side.
I think even if it
Yes,
was
and if that
removed,
was
I
all
think it
gone?
would be hard to see.
Yeah, it's
It would be hard,
tiny.
possibly.
I don't want to vote
I'm
on
not
anything
opposed.
that's outside
I'm
of
not
our
opposed.
jurisdiction.
If you want to amend go through the process of amending the application to remove that one item, I'm not opposed to it.
I'd like to amend the motion to approve A through D as submitted and withdraw E as it falls outside of our jurisdiction.
What's E?
E is the replaced existing. Maybe I've written it wrong on my little sheet. Hold on.
I have A through D, and Rosina has.
Okay, so A through C. I just wrote it strangely on our COA stuff for the state. So I want to amend the motion to be approved A through C as submitted and withdraw E from consideration as it is outside of our jurisdiction, or D because it's outside of our jurisdiction.
Okay. But Rosina made the motion, did she not?
Oh, sorry.
So can I ask for clarification? Which one is the asphalt shingles? Is it D?
D.
Okay. And then we go A through E, correct?
There's no E.
No, I wrote
There's
it
no E?
strangely because there's an extra comma on mine.
Okay, so it's A, B, C, and D. Correct?
Correct.
Okay, so
Yes.
I'll amend the motion to approve A through C as presented and remove D.
Maura, will you second that?
Sure.
Okay. Very good. All in favor? All opposed, unopposed, no abstentions, motion passes. Next item is Andrew and Claudia Wilbur, 227 Main Street in Southport, for property located at 227 Main Street in Southport for A, pave existing dirt and stone driveway with asphalt with wood edge. B, pave part of strip between driveways 219 and 227 with bluestone set in concrete. And C, install gutters on garage. Can I get a motion, please?
Adam, I'll move to approve A, B, and C as presented.
Thank you.
And
Second,
I'll second that.
Jim Bohan seconds. Thank you. Discussion? No discussion. All in favor? All opposed? None opposed? Motion passes. Next item on the agenda is David and Tina Montani, 920 Old Post Road in Fairfield, for property located at 920 Old Post Road in Fairfield for A, change in porch roof line on the rear steps, and B, confirmation of front walkway approval. Can I get a motion, please?
I recuse myself, so
Thank you, Rosina.
I'll make a motion to approve as submitted.
Thank you. Second?
I'll second it.
Thank you, Maura. Discussion? No discussion? We'll take a vote. All in favor? All opposed? None opposed? No abstentions? The motion passes. Okay, moving on to the approval of the June 13th minutes. Aaron, Rosina,
I'll make a motion to
Jim,
approve.
and Maura were all there.
I'll
Who
second.
made that motion, Jim?
Jim made a motion. I seconded. I'm Darren.
Thank you. Thank you. All in favor? Art? Oh, Art wasn't there. All opposed?
I wasn't there, Adam.
Opposed? Yes, I think. Thank you. Motion
Thank you.
passes. Okay, Chairman's report. We have repairs at 215 Old Post Road to replace a fence in kind, 2970 Bronson Road, rebuild existing stone wall on Bronson Road in kind, 690 Old Post Road, restore original porch stair railings in kind, 219 Main Street, repave asphalt siding in kind, 214 Main Street, repair membrane roof in kind, repair skylights, replace cupola shingles in kind, and replace copper valleys in kind. 72 Willow Street, repair porch roof in kind. 952 Old Post Road, replace shutters in kind, replace pilaster bases in kind. I have no violations this month. I did speak to the town attorney about the Main Street property that was in violation, and he should be issuing fines, daily fines, shortly. Old business, I know Maura wanted to discuss the handbook a little bit. we're interested in the handbook.
Yeah,
Okay.
all I wanted
Good
to do
question.
is just get a sense of the background of, why this is happening now and what is the intent for the rewrite.
So, go ahead, Adam.
Yeah, the handbook is probably 20 years old now. It has a lot of typos in it, and there are some areas that need clarification. Where over the years we've just come into situations where the handbook's not clear enough, or it's vague in some areas. It needs some additions or needs some clarifications in some areas. And I think also, that it's just the way historic districts work these days, things have improved, and there are better ways to present the handbook to make them more user-friendly. So we went and got a grant and solicited bids for a consultant to redo the handbook, and it's been a bit of a sticky process with the town and SHPO. SHPO didn't do things that they were supposed to do, and like some balls have been dropped along the way, and there's some red tape to get through. But hopefully soon we'll be able to get the consultant on board and get going with it. I mean, the bulk of the good book is great. Like the front content of it, with a lot of the historic descriptions and all that stuff are great. It's just like the design guidelines need to work.
And some of the
Some of the
jurisdictional
properties
stuff
need
needs
updating.
work. Yeah.
Okay.
Some of the
So is
jurisdictional
that
work,
then
yeah.
a line item for a budget item that gets approved in the town budget to do this?
Well, we get a
We
grant,
got a grant
so that pays for it.
to do it.
Okay.
Town doesn't front any, the town doesn't lose any money on it. It's
And
completely
who
paid
does
for
the
by
grant?
Yeah.
I wrote the grant.
SHPO.
Adam and I wrote the grant. SHPO approved it.
Okay. And is there a target date?
Adam has
It keeps moving. It keeps moving because of the red tape.
Okay.
It's
I mean,
supposed
the
to be
grant was
within a
granted
year.
back in, what was it, December? We got the grant. So it's been, I mean, we were supposed to be able to do it, start February, March. But that was the intention. But here we are in July, and I can't get an answer from SHPO half the time as to whether I can proceed. And then I have to figure out through the town what the process is for hiring somebody. Things like that. But we do have a guy and that we want to use, and he's great.
Send me your questions.
And
You
once he gets
mentioned
on
that
board,
next
we'll form a-
conversation with them coming up, Adam, for other projects, so I can ask them. I have a meeting with SHPO coming up. So if you send me the questions you're trying to get answered, I'll ask them. Because I have a meeting on the books.
Well, I sent off like the information that I think they wanted. Like there's all these things that came from the town. I can't remember what they are off the top of my head. There's like 4 different items that they needed. And I sent them to Mary, and she just hasn't gotten back to me. It's been like a week, but she got back to me initially when I asked if she needed anything else, and she said she needed something, and just been back and forth.
Okay.
I think I just need to reach out to her again and press her, I think, and hopefully she'll respond.
Okay, well, let me know, because I have a meeting with SHPO coming up, so
Okay.
I'm happy to pursue.
Yeah, I will.
I also have an old business item to ask. If unless Maura, we didn't answer
Yeah, Maura,
your
unless you have any other
question.
questions.
I'm good. That's great. No, I just wanted to catch up. Thank you.
And we'll form a committee, I think, and get people involved in when it starts.
I'd like to be on the committee if possible.
Okay, yeah, of course.
I have a quick question about old business. So we voted,
Yeah.
well, we didn't, you guys voted my house through for local designation last month. I sent it up to SHPO. They need a letter on letterhead from HDC saying
Okay.
that you guys are in support.
Yeah.
Is that something that that
Okay.
you could possibly do, Adam?
Yes, I can. I think, and then after
Awesome.
that, you're gonna need like RTM approval.
I need what?
Let's go to
Yeah,
RTM.
RTM has to read it twice. Yeah. RCM, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I
It's,
can
it
definitely.
goes by
do the
different
letter.
names in so many times that I never know.
No
Yeah,
problem.
so they'll need to read it and approve it, but they need to read
Yeah.
it, and I'll be at those meetings
I think
too,
they have
but
to
I
prove
can't
it. I
get
think
SHPO
Rosina's
to
done this.
consider. Yeah.
Okay. Yes, that's no problem.
Okay, great.
I know
Thank
you
you.
sent examples of what type of letter you need. That's fine.
Yeah, I think I
Um,
think I forwarded you some templates she had.
Yeah, that's no problem.
Okay.
Okay. So I had on here new business with these benches. I was talking to someone who lives in Southport, and they were considering doing new benches with plaques on them, and I think that was shot down by Harbor Management Commission. They decided not to move forward with that, so there's no need to bring that up any longer. So does anyone else have anything they'd like to discuss?
Chair Clever, may I ask a question about our corner?
Sorry that we're in executive session. I think they should wait until after the meeting's closed and I'll talk to you.
Okay, fine.
Okay. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Thank you. Okay, Jen, thank you. All in favor? Thank you. Okay, then we are adjourned. Thank you, guys.